How may I help you?
I want to open a staking account.
The chairman awaits you.
Welcome to GSB. Here are your staking options. Are you ready for staking? Now you are ready. You will never regret to be here tonight with us. Let's go, party is going on.
The certificates over the blockchain, first of all, it's the...
All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, this is Daniel Higgins coming to you live with episode 114. Oh, my goodness. So Daniel's Den. Hey, listen, I want to introduce myself just in case there are new people online. I'm live on YouTube, live on Twitter, along with Facebook. So once again, I'm Daniel, husband, father of two amazing boys. We're actually listening to one of my oldest sons' music at the very, very beginning. Business management major, worship leader, and wealth builder. I'm super excited about all of those stats. Very excited about being connected to our Wealth Builders Worldwide family. We have some of our family members hanging out today already. Miss Sylvia Clark, along with Miss Linda Kelly. You need to meet these amazing women, these amazing leaders within our amazing business, because they are amassing wealth for themselves, they're amassing wealth for their family, and they're not holding back. They're sharing the information with other people as much as possible. They just have a heart to help people, right? So let me go ahead. I want to jump into our topic for today. We're going to talk a little bit about system and mindset. I want to start off and set the tone with one of my amazing mentors who I have never met, all right? So that's another big thing. You can have mentors via books. So this amazing book, Fake by Robert Kiyosaki, right? It goes over some great stuff, but we're going to start at ground zero with Mr. Robert Kiyosaki so that we can kind of grasp and take a glimpse at mindset and system, and we'll blend those two together and talk a little bit about what we're doing that's different in Gold Standard Partners. All right, so let me go ahead. Let me bring this video up for everybody hanging out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. I know Miss Sylvia Clark said good morning. It's nighttime for me. It's morning for her. So that's why I love the time that we have here tonight, this afternoon with Daniel's Den, right? All right, so let me pull this up here. All right, so let's tap into Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, and we're going to tap into the cash flow quadrant. Here we go. There we go.
One of the more important lessons my rich dad taught me, he said there was 4 types of people in the world of business or money, whatever he said. And this here are the 4 different types of people, and he called this the cash flow quadrant. So E stands for employee, S stands for self-employed, small business or specialist like a doctor or a lawyer. B stands for big business, 500 employees or more, and I stands for investor. Now, the distinction here is this, is that each of these are 4 different types of people. They have 4 different tax laws for all 4 different types of people, and this is throughout the world. But it was my poor dad who always said to me, you know, son, go to school so you can get a job. So my poor dad wanted me to be an employee like him. And there's nothing wrong with that and all this, except the tax laws are the worst for employees. As Warren Buffett says, you know, he, as a business owner and investor, he pays a lower percentage rate than the employees. And many employees are having a tough time today. Not only is there high gas prices, but there's going to be higher taxes. My mother wanted me to become a doctor or a specialist or a small business person. And I said to my mom, S stands for smart. She says, you got a good point there, because I didn't do well in school, so I wasn't going to make it there. It was my rich dad who advised me to become an entrepreneur or a big business owner like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, Michael Dell, all those guys who created Facebook and Yahoo and all this, or Google. And he wanted me to become an investor. So he started me playing the game of Monopoly, you know, 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. So I learned to be an investor, and I learned to be an entrepreneur. So the good news is, if you want to get rich, you can get rich in all 4 quadrants, okay? That's up to you. And so it was my rich dad who said to me, he says, you know, Robert, if you really want to be rich, learn to build businesses. It made more sense to him to work hard to build a business, something you owned and something you could pass on for generation to generation to your kids. Whereas my poor dad said work hard, but my rich dad said, why would you work hard for something you'll never own and you can get fired from right away? Again, that was the difference in values. So my rich dad suggested I learn how to be a business owner and learn how to be an investor. And that's one of the big differences. On this side of the quadrant, these people here work for security. They work for money also. On this side over here, their key value that they want is they want freedom. They don't want to have to work at a job anymore. They don't want to have to work for the rest of their lives. So the beauty of building a business and learning how to invest is very simply that this is passive income. You work hard for a few years, but possibly for the rest of your life.
Okay, I'm going to pause right there because Miss Sylvia Clark made a great point, and I have to second that point. She said, didn't have a clue of this information as a business major, right? So Robert Kiyosaki talks about this a lot. So that's exactly why I'm doing this live stream tonight, because even me as a business management major, that mindset, right, or that there was a system that provided us a certain mindset, right? It encouraged us to follow a certain path, right? So that mindset came from that system, right? And it said, hey, listen, go to school, get educated. Nothing wrong with being educated. As I mentioned at the very beginning, business management major, I also have a leadership degree, right? So go ahead and acquire those things if that's what you desire to do, but you want to be aware that that doesn't lead to financial freedom. It's actually harder to become financially free at times if you are going to keep that mindset of an employee or sole proprietor and not know how to slide over to that right side of the cash flow quadrant as much as possible. Mr. Robert Kiyosaki just said you can build wealth in every single quadrant. So we're not telling you to stop what you're doing. We're not telling you to jump out of your quadrant immediately. No, what he recommends is making and taking the time to have a transition into becoming a big business owner if you decide to do that, or if you want to slide over to an I investor or insider. There's another video that he talks about being an insider, where you know about information about something launching. When you know about something that's launching, before the general public. Now we've launched, all right? We've launched, but still early adapters are on the inside a lot of times, right? Woo! Okay, man, when I talk about I as insider, man, it just riles me up because I know where we're at with GS Partners, and we are absolutely excited about the information that we're sharing, and we want to make sure everyone has that opportunity, right? Richard James says, GS Partners, baby, let's go. That's so true, right? So Miss Sylvia Clark made a perfect point, and I was definitely going towards that point, right? So we have a mindset. We were given that mindset from a certain system that we were exposed to. Might be the educational system, right? Might be a family friend, might be a loved one, right? So first adopters advantage, absolutely. We absolutely have that. We really, really, really have that first advantage. And I'm telling you right now, everybody in the sound of my voice, everybody who's seeing this on Miss Sylvia Clark's page, anybody who's seeing this on Richard James' page, anybody who's seeing this on, wait, who else was hanging out with me? Miss Linda Kelly. Anybody who's seen this on their pages, you want to get back with them right away and tap into being an insider. You know, we don't get that opportunity often. So it's okay to ask questions and it's okay to gather information. But I want you to understand, you're watching me on a live stream that's absolutely free. You're watching me on a free platform called Facebook, or a free platform called YouTube, or a free platform called Twitter. We're encouraging you to acquire a free platform that can help you build wealth. So really, you don't want to take too long thinking about a free decision. You want to move forward, make that decision, and then start figuring out how you can start amassing wealth for yourself, right? Yeah, there we go. Have an economy in your own home with the home-based business. Now, that's another amazing mindset that we haven't been exposed to. Or I'm going to say me, I haven't been exposed to that mindset. Maybe you were. Maybe you were exposed to saying, hey, you can create income from home. I love Miss Tanisha Glaspie posting earlier today. She said she's in the office. She's got her toes in the water and she's at the pool side, right? But it's good that she continues to post that because, listen, we have a mindset that says we need to go to a location, clock in, be in that location for a certain amount of time, and then leave and clock out. But the problem with that, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki already shined light on that, is that you are limited. There's a certain time limitation, right? So one thing I want to draw in and bring this point up as we're discussing this. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick because I like making things as simple as possible. So we are talking about systems, we are talking about mindset, and I'm telling you right now, these two topics are huge topics, right? They really are. So we're just going to brush on top of some of this right now. But one thing I want to draw out, this amazing chart from Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, right? This amazing chart from Robert Kiyosaki boiled down to two things, just to make it even simpler, right? On the left side of the cash flow quadrant, where he has the big old word named poor and he's pointing down, I want to drive this home to everybody on the sound of my voice. On the left side, you are exchanging time. That is the common denominator with that left side. You can be an employee, you're exchanging time. You can be a sole proprietor, you're exchanging time. So you have a limitation. If you can't perform, you're stuck. The income stops. The cash flow, I should say, stops, right? On the right side of the cash flow quadrant, where he has the word rich written on there, you're tapping into leverage, okay? Now, in a business, you are going to leverage a system. You're going to leverage an organization. You're going to create a team, right? A big team. Because when Robert Kiyosaki points to that B, he's talking about big business. He's talking about connecting and creating an organization of over 500 people or more. And I'll draw that difference out because I want to draw a clear line in between being a sole proprietor, nothing wrong with it, and being in big business, okay? Because a lot of people say, I'm a business, I'm in B, I'm the B quadrant, and they don't have a system in place. They are the show, okay? So if they don't perform, the show stops, okay? And then, of course, as an investor or an insider, you're leveraging. Here's one thing I want to tell you. So this will drive this home a little bit more too. You, as an insider, you're leveraging information also because you're hearing the information before other people. And you get the privilege of taking advantage of that information and moving forward on that information. So return on information is also one of the things that he talks about also. That's huge because everybody thinks about the other ROI, but you can't do that if you don't have the information, right? Now, another thing, of course, as an I or insider or investor, of course, you are leveraging your cash flow. You're taking your income, your cash flow, and you're telling it to go to work for you. I had a conversation with a few close family friends, and we were talking about business, and I was just illustrating again that you want to, and it comes from many success books. Of course, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It comes from this amazing book, Fake, of course, and it comes from The Richest Man in Babylon. But you want your wealth, you want your cash flow to go create more generations of cash flow. And you want that to get working. And then you want, when it creates another generation of cash flow, you want that cash flow to keep working, and so on, so that you can tap into actually building wealth. And of course, on the right side of the cash flow quadrant where he has the big word rich, that's where you tap into leverage. You're leveraging a system. You're leveraging an organization. You're leveraging the talents or the expertise of other professionals. Now, in our system right now, we are tapping into real estate in Dubai without having a license, without going to school, without having to change any toilets, maintenance, whatever you want to say, right? Woo! So we get to leverage that, right? So that's another thing that we get to leverage in our system. And that's just one part of our global ecosystem, right? Oh, yes, yeah. Yes, thank you, Miss Sylvia Clark. Yeah, I've been meditating on that for a long time. So guys, let's go ahead and let's go right back into this audio. We're going to finish it up. We're going to have a little bit more of a discussion, and then we're going to move forward, okay?
Income keeps flowing to you. Again, the reason somebody thinks a house is an asset is because they lack financial intelligence or low financial IQ. They may go on to Harvard or in whatever, but if you can't tell an asset from a hole in the ground, I don't know what the heck you can tell the difference of, you know? So it's really quite simply the most important word. For those of you in business or finance, no, the most important word is not income, expense, asset, liability. The most important word in the English language for the rich is a word called cash flow. You've got to know where the cash is flowing. So what a rich person is doing is controlling cash flow. So if money comes from an asset into your pocket, it's an asset. So very simply, when I was 9 years old, my rich dad said, assets put money in your pocket whether you work or not. Okay, repeat after me. Assets put money in your pocket whether you work or not. Okay? And very simply, liabilities take money from your pocket. Okay? So what does a liability do? It takes money from your pocket. Okay? So the way you know you have an asset or a liability is very simply this. If let's say you're married with 3 kids and all this stuff, and you stop working, the money coming in is money from an asset, and the money going out is money from a liability. So if you happen to have a little house sitting over here, and it's sucking cash out of your pocket every month, it's a liability. And you can do it. A number of years ago, I bought a $7 million commercial building. I paid for it with 0 down. And every month, after everything is paid for, it puts about $30,000 a month income in my pocket, or $360,000 a year for no money down. So that is the price of having a good education or a bad education.
Oh my gosh. Woo. Oh my gosh. All right. So you just laid it out right there. That's the cost of having a good education or bad education. Now, let me break this down to you guys. Everything we're doing with Wealth Builders Worldwide, everything we're doing in Gold Standard Partners fall into acquiring assets. That's another reason why sometimes when we share this information with people, it goes over their head or they don't quite know how to accept it, is because they have a mindset that's set up. And I was the same way too. It is something that I had to get over also, right? But it's because we're sharing with you how to acquire assets. Everything in what we're doing is to create more cash flow going towards you. Everything we have in our system is saying, hey, move your money towards you. So what happens is our mindset of being a consumer kicks in and we're like, well, how do I spend it? That's the first thing that people say is that, well, how do I spend this? How do I move? They just literally asked us, how do I move this asset back into a liability that Mr. Robert Kiyosaki just talked about? How can I move it away from me? And we're saying, okay, well, you have the flexibility to take that asset that can bring cash flow to you. You have the ability, you have the flexibility in the system to move your assets however you want to. But we want to encourage you and challenge that mindset that was given to you from a system that is not benefiting you, right? We want to challenge that a little bit, and we come back and say, hey, well, you're acquiring an asset. Don't you want that asset to continue to grow and put more money in your pocket, right? So every little thing, every single thing we're doing in this system, and let me go ahead and put this on here because Miss Sylvia Clark is rolling with me today, Miss Sylvia. Miss Sylvia, I might have to bring you in one time. You might need to be coming in on one of my streams soon, young lady. She rolling with me. I love it. And you know, guys, I love connecting with our team because we have so many different people with so much expertise, so much experience, right? So control cash flow with asset acquisition, right? So right there, that's what we're doing. We don't have anything for you to move money away from yourself with. We literally don't. So I know that that's a shift in mindset. I know that's a shift in mindset, and you have been given a mindset from a system that does not benefit you, okay? The system is designed for you to say, hey, listen, move money away from you as soon as you get it. You get paid, pay everybody else. You took 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours, whatever it is, right, to create some income, right? As soon as you get it, hey, pay your bills, pay everybody else, pay all the people who had nothing to do with creating that income. That's a mindset that we've been given, right? So when we share with you, hey, listen, when you get paid, take some of what you've created and save it. And then automatically when we say that, people are saving to spend, right? So that's another mindset. People literally are saving so that they can move it away from themselves as quickly as possible. They're not saving to acquire that asset, like how Sylvia Clark just said, control the cash flow and asset acquisition. No, they're saving so that as soon as they get to a certain amount, they move it away from themselves. They save it so that they could go on a cruise. They save it and then they spend it on this, or they save it or they boom, 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 right? That's why I love what our mentor says, Mr. Ty Best. You can't finance freedom. You actually have to build it. It's going to take some time. So you want to give yourself some time to succeed, because financing your freedom is not an option. You can't use debt to create what we're talking about, generational wealth. You can't use debt. And of course, I'm going to say bad debt, but that's a whole different conversation. I'm not going to go into that because I have a whole different mindset on that, and I'm not about to explain that on here. Me and Mr. Ducker had a good conversation about that a little while ago. But yes, listen, guys, so that mindset is very, very important. So I wanted to share this information with you, expose you to a different system / mindset. This book right here, Fake by Robert Kiyosaki, I absolutely highly recommend you acquire this book as soon as possible, right? This is one of the first, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. This is one of the first books that, even though it's super thick, I've read it multiple times, because once I start picking it up and reading it, I actually get upset. I actually get upset and I get mad because I see that there's a system in place that's holding people back. I see that there's a system in place that is restricting people from doing what they should be doing with their finances and with their money because they don't know. They've been given this mindset from this system that does not benefit them. And I do my best to just share with people as much as possible. There is a better way. So if you're a dreamer, if you're a person that has a passion to do something in your life, you've made it to the right live stream right now, today, tonight, this afternoon, right? The person sharing this with you is sharing this with you on purpose. Listen, we have celebrities now that are connecting to what we're doing, and they're excited. They're making sure that they trumpet, right? They're sharing the information as much as they can. Miss Forbes Riley is terrorizing Facebook, right? She is making sure her 1 point something million followers on Facebook understand what's going down, and she's sharing this positive system and this positive mindset with as many people as possible. So when I say that we're at this critical point where, hey, you can be an insider and you can take advantage of what's going on right now, I mean it. And that's what's happening right now. This system is in place to help you and empower you as much as possible, right? So what do you mean, Daniel? What are you guys doing that's different? Listen, give back with the person sharing this information with you so that they can give you a short little 13-minute video that'll give you an overview of what we're doing, right? But in short, we're moving our money towards ourselves. We're creating more cash flow for ourselves. And don't worry about recruiting people. Don't worry about badgering people. Don't worry about aggressively trying to sell or close people. We're not doing that. We're sharing information, and people who are wanting the information and who are aware that they can change and shift and create passive income for themselves and for their family, they connect with us. They move forward with us, right? There's no recruiting required in this system. We have a legit passive income system that has ignited Eric Benet, that has ignited Max Ryan. Max Ryan was on Sex and the City, yeah, pretty big show, right? Miss Forbes Riley, like I mentioned, an amazing motivational speaker, amazing author, fitness inductee. I think she's in the Fitness Hall of Fame or inductee for some kind of fitness related stuff, right? Right? Woo! Mr. Miguel Nunez. Look up his video catalog of all the movies he's been in. He is on fire. He is on fire. And that gentleman has a dream. He is a dreamer, like Mr. Ty Best has illustrated. He went through a struggle. He went through some things. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys, because we got normal people like you and I acquiring this digital assets aggressively because they see this opportunity to help shift them from being an employee only or being a sole proprietor only and shift them over to being a big business owner or just an investor where their money is working for them, right? So you literally have an opportunity here to tap into creating passive income for yourself, for your family, and for generations. If you choose to take action, get your free registration, your customer registration with the person sharing this information with you. If that person is me, you go straight to y1income.com and take 2 to 3 minutes and get your free registration completed, right? So thank you guys. I see a lot of people were connected on Facebook, we're connected on YouTube, we're connected on Twitter, and I see we have people in all the different platforms hanging out with us today, tonight, this afternoon. So guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, everybody under the sound of my voice, I want you to tap into a positive mindset. I want you to tap into a positive system that was made with you in mind to create more passive income for you without recruiting or with recruiting. It's up to you. This is a wealth buffet. You can take the slice from the wealth buffet that makes sense for you. There's no requirements. There's no you're forced to do this or you're forced to do that. These are options that are laid out for you. If you want to help people and build a business, right? Because that's an asset, because it creates cash flow, right? For you, brings money towards you, right? You can tap into that, right? If you want to acquire assets for yourself and let it grow and let that passive income just keep coming to you, we have that here for you. So however you want to build wealth for yourself or for your family, your loved ones, or anyone that you're connected to, we have that opportunity for you. I really want everybody on Sound of My Voice to get this book, Fake. It's an excellent book. Like I said, every time I read it, I get upset because there is a system in place. There is a mindset that's been given to us, and it's not benefiting us. It's not benefiting the masses. It's not. We have a system in place called a 401k, right? There is a documented video from 60 Minutes talking about all of the failures of that system, and people are still participating in it. 60 Minutes has a documented, just laying it all out, what's going on with that system. But because of the mindset we've been given, people are still participating in that broken system. I don't participate in that system. I stopped participating in that system a few years ago because of Wealth Builders Worldwide and being aware of what was going on. Right? So that's up to you. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't play one on TV. I'm not playing one now. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing to amass wealth for myself, for my family, and what several of our Wealth Builder family is doing. Right? You're welcome, Miss Sylvia Clark. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. Get back with the person sharing this information with you. We desire for you to acquire more assets for yourself. We do get paid for sharing this information, but guess what? Who's the biggest winner? Who is the biggest winner out of acquiring assets that put more money in your pocket? What's in it for you? Financial freedom, additional income, right? Passive residual income, financial literacy, because we literally have a platform that educates people, right? I don't talk like this normally, right? When I'm interacting with people, I say, hey, are you open to earning extra income? They say yes, I give them information. They say no, I say thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. Have a fantastic week. And I'm done because they failed the interview process. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Miss Linda Kelly, listen, we're going to have a live event. We're going to have a live event. We got to figure that out. And I could get my hug from Miss Linda Kelly and my picture from Miss Linda Kelly and my hug and my picture from Miss Sylvia Clark, right? We are literally a wealth building family. You guys will learn that during our live events. You guys will learn that as you connect with what we're doing globally, all right? So thank you guys once again. This is like my 5th close. I love hanging out with our wealth building family. I truly, truly enjoy empowering people as much as possible. So have a good day, night. Miss Jocelyn Burrell. Miss Jocelyn Burrell, you hiding out? You hiding out? I didn't know you were on here. Miss Amazing Nurse Extraordinaire. I see you. You guys, you trying to hide. You trying to hide, all right? All right, listen. All right, I'm going to get out of here, guys. You guys I will talk all night. I will talk all night. I love connecting with our family. All right, guys, thank you for your day. Thank you for hanging out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. Get back with the person sharing this with you. They literally have your best interests at heart because it's going to empower you. It's going to educate you. It's going to put you in a position to win, all right? All right, thank you, guys. Have a good day, night, afternoon. I'm going to mute myself before I start going into another close. I will close out today with the GS Lifestyle card. Oh, my gosh. That card is still crazy good. Oh, my gosh. It solves so many global problems. Our team in Trinidad is loving this card. All right, I'm out.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.